was sitting here, just thinking about how lucky I am to have you in my life. I mean, really, you've been my rock through so much, and I don't say it enough, but thank you. I don't know where I'd be without you, but, I guess I've been feeling a little off lately. Nothing major, just a sort of lingering unease I can't quite shake. It's like there's this tiny voice in my head, whispering things I know aren't true, but it's hard to ignore sometimes, you know. I didn't want to say anything at first, because I didn't want to bother you. You've always been so good at making me feel safe and cared for, and I didn't want to add to your plate. But the thing is, it's been weighing on me more than I thought it would, and I realized I needed to talk to you. It's not that I don't know how much you care about me. I do. You show me in so many ways, every single day. But sometimes, I get this nagging feeling, like, am I doing enough for you? Am I being enough for you? I know it might sound silly, but those thoughts creep in, and I start overthinking everything. I replay conversations in my head, wonder if I could have said or done something differently, something better. And then, of course, I start worrying about how I must sound right now, like I'm being dramatic or asking too much. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I just needed to get this off my chest, and maybe hear you say it's okay to feel this way, that I don't always have to be so hard on myself. I hope that's all right. I've been trying to figure out where these feelings are coming from, and honestly, I think it's just one of those moments where my mind is being a little too loud. Do you ever feel like that? Like your brain decides to dig up every little worry or doubt you've ever had and stack them all up at once? It's not that I don't trust us or what we've built together. I do. You've given me every reason to believe in us. It's more like, sometimes I get caught up in my own head, questioning if I'm doing enough to make you happy. You're such an incredible person, and I just want to be everything you need. I keep thinking about little things, like if I'm saying the right words, or showing you how much you mean to me in the right ways. I know, deep down, that love isn't about checking boxes or being perfect. But when you care about someone this much, it's hard not to want to give them everything. I hope this doesn't come across like I'm fishing for compliments or anything like that. That's not what I want at all. I think I need to hear that I'm okay, that I'm enough, even on the days when I don't feel like it. It's strange, isn't it? How the mind can play these tricks, even when your heart knows the truth. Being here with you, sharing this, makes me feel a little lighter already. Just knowing you're listening means so much to me. It's like, no matter what, I know I can trust you to be my safe place. That's such a rare and beautiful thing. I don't ever want to take it for granted. I've been thinking a lot about what makes us work so well together. It's not just the big things, like how we're always there for each other, or how we make each other laugh. It's the small things, too, like the way you notice when I've had a tough day, or how you always seem to know the right thing to say, even when I don't realize I need to hear it. I don't think I've told you this enough, but you make me feel seen in a way I never have before. It's like, with you, I don't have to hide the parts of me that feel messy or uncertain. I can just be, and that's a kind of comfort I've never known before. But sometimes, I get scared, not because of anything you've done, but because I worry I'm not giving that same feeling back to you. I wonder if you feel as safe with me as I do with you. If you know how deeply I care, not just about the person you are now, but about everything you're working toward, everything you dream of being. I guess that's what I'm asking for, reassurance that I'm enough for you, just as I am. I don't need a grand gesture or anything like that. Just knowing that you feel as sure about us as I do would mean everything to me. Talking about this feels vulnerable, but also freeing. I don't want to keep these thoughts bottled up, especially when I know I can trust you with them. That trust is the foundation of everything we have, and I never want to lose sight of how special that is. I keep reminding myself that relationships aren't about being perfect. They're about showing up, about choosing each other every day, even when things feel a little shaky. And I know we do that. I see it in the way you look at me when you think I'm not paying attention. I hear it in the softness of your voice when you say my name. You know, sometimes I replay the little moments we've shared, the ones that might seem ordinary to someone else, like the way you hold my hand when we're walking, or how you remember the tiniest details about me. Those moments feel like proof that we're building something real and lasting. But even with all that, I still have days where I wonder if I'm giving you enough. I think about the way you're always so patient and steady, and I wonder if I'm as good at giving that back to you. I hope I am. I want to be. It's not just about reassurance, though. It's about wanting to grow with you, to keep finding ways to make our relationship stronger. I want to be the person you can always count on, the one who makes your life just a little bit easier, a little bit brighter. I don't think I've said this yet, but thank you. Thank you for listening, for being the kind of person I can share this with. I don't feel judged or silly for opening up to you, and that means more to me than I can ever put into words. You have this way of making me feel safe, even when my own thoughts are all over the place. I don't take that for granted, not for a second. I feel like I've been rambling, but somehow, just saying all this out loud makes me feel a little lighter. It's funny, isn't it? How the things that feel so big and overwhelming in our heads can start to shrink the moment we share them with someone who cares. You do that for me. You have this way of taking the weight off my shoulders without even trying. It's not about fixing things or offering solutions. It's just knowing you're here, that you're listening, that you want to understand. That's all I've ever really needed. Sometimes I wonder how I got so lucky to have you in my life. You've shown me that love doesn't have to be complicated or hard to prove. It's in the small, everyday things. The way you check in on me, the way you make me laugh, the way you just exist beside me. And that's why I want to do the same for you. I hope you know that even on the days when I'm feeling a little lost or unsure, I'm still here for you, just like you're here for me. You're my safe place, and I want to be yours too. I know I've been asking a lot of questions, looking for reassurance, but I want you to know something. You don't have to be perfect either. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're carrying, I'm here. You don't have to hide anything from me. We can figure it out together. This feeling right now, being here with you, it's enough. You're enough. I hope I can give you even a fraction of the comfort you give me, because you deserve to feel as loved and cared for as I do in this moment. You know, just sitting here with you, talking like this, it reminds me of why I feel so at home with you. It's not just the words or the reassurances. It's the quiet moments, the feeling of being understood without having to explain every little thing. That's something I never knew I needed until I found it with you. I hope you know how much I appreciate you. You make things feel steady, even when my thoughts feel like a storm. Just being near you calms me in ways I can't even describe. It's like you have this quiet strength, this unshakable presence that makes everything else seem a little less scary. When I think about us, I don't just think about the good days. I think about the hard ones too, the ones where we've had to lean on each other a little more. Those moments are just as important to me because they show me how strong we are together. They remind me that no matter what comes our way, we'll face it as a team. That's why I feel so safe with you. It's not about never having doubts or fears. It's about knowing that when those moments come, I don't have to face them alone. goes both ways. I want you to feel that same sense of safety with me. Whatever you need, however I can support you, I'll be here. You've given me so much, and I want to give that back to you in every way I can. You're my favorite person. Being with you feels like home, and I don't ever want to lose sight of how special that is.